Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Angelic Alchemy, and this is Unmasking Spiritual Deception, Liberation from Witchcraft and Narcissism. This episode is going to be about belief systems and how the enemy can keep us trapped in our comfort zone solely based on a belief system that has been passed down from our families for generations. And even though this belief system isn't yielding any desirable results and has never, sometimes people are so stuck in their ways. They have certain belief systems so ingrained into them that they can't even imagine putting that down and trying something else. This is where the enemy loves to play. He loves to keep us stuck and stagnant in our comfort zone. He will whisper, put in fears, anxieties, make us scared to do anything different than what we've always known. Change is scary. And if the enemy can keep you convinced that anything that feels uncomfortable is bad and that you should avoid it at all costs, then he's got you. People will defend their own belief systems and then what they believe to be comfortable until their own bitter end. People can get so wrapped up in what their dad did, their granddad did, their mom, aunt, cousin, great grandma, They're so stuck in their ways that they can't even receive the gift of a divine being when the Most High sends it. I'm talking about an earth angel, a chosen one, light worker, starseed, whatever term you want to use. The idea is the same. Someone who carries the energetic blueprint for the divine. Someone who is literally connected to the divine and who carries a light that cannot be put out. And it was sent into these families, these communities, to be of service because that is what we're here for. That is our purpose. Just like Jesus, take that how you want to. There is such thing as Christ consciousness. And if you have not heard of that, you might find that it'd be good for you to do a little bit of research. That's what I was trying to say. So, in any way, the Most High puts us in these families, these communities, these situations as a gift. We are meant to show others how it's supposed to be, how they are supposed to think, to love one another, to come from a place of love and service towards others, not from a place of gimme, 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 everything's about me. All that matters is material gains and what I can get. So, us as chosen ones, as earth angels, beings of light, we are naturally highly sensitive to energy. So a lot of the times in life, we may be shy, socially awkward, at least at first. And we find a hard time fitting in and, getting along well with others, however you want to put it. Because our sole passion in life is to be kind and help others and get along. And, it's in our nature to have compassion and empathy towards others and to want to help others, to want to serve others, to want to communicate and be in healthy relationships and love one another and do, what we're supposed to do, find our purpose, help others. We see things differently. We think differently. Material items don't mean the same to us as it does to other people. We value love. We value genuine connection, intimacy, compassion, family, legacy, that kind of thing, and being obedient to the Most High. So, as an earth angel, we are here to serve, to help raise the collective consciousness, to bring people back towards love and truth, which in essence is God. So, we came down here kind of with a different perspective. To us, it's like, why aren't people continuing to grow? Why aren't humans as a species continuing to grow, to improve, to expand? And we have all these things at our fingertips, all these capabilities, all these electronics, this technology, everything at our fingertips, right? And we are not growing and expanding and improving in any way that matters, or going backwards, if anything. So humans are struggling, okay? They know they're struggling. It's clear. But they would have to make themselves uncomfortable for a short being of time to be able to receive the help and the service that this being of light, this earth angel, is offering. Because in order to obtain anything that is worth something, you have to put in the effort. You have to put in the energy. You cannot get something that is long lasting, that will hold its value, and something that, when you put your energy into it, that it will give back to you, for the rest of your life. There are very few things that is the case with. But only some things will you get anything back. So in order to get something, you have to suffer for it, okay? In life, there will be suffering, okay? God never said that we were not going to suffer. But you get to choose what you suffer for. Are you going to suffer for a bunch of people, places, and things that don't matter, that don't care about you, that in, the long run won't be around, that have their best interests at heart and don't care if they step on you to get ahead? Or are you going to suffer for God, for your purpose, for your family that you create, not your family that you're born from? Because that's your legacy. That's the only thing that you get to take with you. And that's the only thing that's worth anything when it comes down to it. Material gains come and they go. And you can't take them with you when when you're done with this life. And what's actually ironic is when you go on your path, when you go towards God and you follow your divine blueprint and you come into union with your divine counterpart, if that is part of your journey, that is how you obtain everything that you ever desired. There is a spiritual inheritance, and it is a lot of it is financial. Part of it is having influence. Okay. But everything that you ever dreamed of and more as a chosen one, as an earth angel, is available to you. And when a lot of us probably in this collective, especially, it's coming into union. Okay. And whether that's like physical marriage or, whatever that is, actual union with your divine counterpart. When you come into union, you and that person and God, under God, then that is when you receive your spiritual inheritance. Okay, that is what I believe. For some cases, maybe not all. But when you're fully on your path, when you overcome all these challenges, when you burned off all that karma, when you learned your lessons, when you come to do what you're supposed to do, you are rewarded for it. And that is what's worth it. So if you suffer for God, if you suffer for your purpose, then you receive rewards. You receive glory. God will use you for his glory, and you will will benefit off of it. Okay? But you have to go down your path. You have to make the right decision. You have to get out of your comfort zone. The devil wants to keep you trapped in your comfort zone. And he is very, very good at that. That's why there's so many people that fail to escape. Okay? So in this story, this reading, this episode, we're on a King of Cups again, King of Cups energy. Okay? Somebody who has love and has the ability to be creative and holds potential, but if they make the right decisions. Okay, the King of Cups can also be influenced easily, might be emotionally immature. Okay, they're not an emperor yet. This is a King of Cups energy. All right, so this King of Cups was sitting in he was very, very stubborn. Okay, as a lot of people can probably relate with when they're growing up, maybe especially men in this instance. Now take it as it resonates. Flip and switch genders and roles. Okay, don't come for me in the comments. I'm not wrong. This is just the way I'm telling a story. So this King of Cups was young, naive, immature. and absolutely refused to take in any information from the starseed. Okay. Just was so confident in himself and his belief systems and his comfortability that he did not want to hear anything else. Okay. There was quite a few things that he was secure and confident in and committed to. Let's say committed. Okay. Anything that was relatively easy, not a lot of effort, don't have to think anything on any uncomfortable thoughts or feel any kind of feelings that are uncomfortable, then he is committed to that. They committed to everything that would keep him trapped in this matrix, in essence, and not committed to the one thing that the Most High sent him to help set him free, which would be this archangel, the starseed. Okay, so King of Cups meets, so the starseed would be a queen of cups. Okay, so they're on the same energy. Either of them they're not emperor empress energy yet, but they're counterparts. It's quite clear they're on the same vibration, same frequency. So of course, as anyone who comes into contact with a starseed, a beam of light, you will be absolutely captivated at first, like amazed. They are magnetic. The light is intriguing. He has not yet learned about his family, the community, people he surrounds himself with, their dark secrets that they hide very well. As far as he knows, everyone around him is trustworthy, is his friends, his family. Their opinions count. They hold some kind of weight, okay? Because, like I said, he's not yet aware of what these people hide behind their masks. And when these people come into contact with this Queen of Cups, this Earth Angel, they automatically feel something's off. They fear that she will see them because she sees right through people. She's a mirror. That's what we are as Earth Angels. We reflect back to people what they need to work on to be in a place of a pure heart, like we are. So that's why we are often targeted unfairly and attacked. And, there's all sorts of other reasons, but they feared on whatever level, whether it's subconscious or conscious, they were afraid that she would wake him up to not only who he was, but to who they were, more importantly, because these people had him in a trap because they were in a trap and they wanted to keep him there because why? Misery loves company. So these people that are trapped inside of their own programming, these programs that keep you to do things the same way that everyone has done, as long as you've known, and that are comfortable, or you think they keep you comfortable, they keep you complacent. Okay? These programmings are a trap. They are designed to be a trap, and they are very effective. So when you stand firm in these belief systems that you got passed down from your family, but don't understand that your family is the trap, the mindset that they operate out of is the trap. This is now an entity. This is an entity that has been passed down from generation to generation and goes everywhere you go. When you don't understand that, then when somebody comes in with a new point of view and a new way to do things, then you might not understand them. You guys aren't speaking the same language. You're not on the same frequency at that point. And if you're still in that trap, in that box, you're not going to understand why all of these people, your friends and your family, are judging this person and why they are so hateful towards them, why they have such animosity towards them. And you might believe all the things that they tell you, which there's all the excuses that they came up with to not like this person because they can't actually say, this person inspires me and this person makes me feel bad that I never did anything with my life. And this person makes me feel inadequate because they're better than me in every way. They can't say that because they have no self-awareness. They have no authenticity whatsoever. They've been wearing a mask their whole life. They don't even know who they are or who they're supposed to be. So they don't know any other way but to judge people, especially people that are different than them. And that's people who threaten to expose everything that they are not, everything that they pretend to be as a mask, because that's exactly what it is. So unfortunately, this King of Cups judged someone based on a mindset that their family had given them. And only after the truth has come out about who this person is, which is an Earth Angel, and that his family never had their best interest at heart. Only then at that point does this King of Cups start feeling regretful. And when we feel regretful, it it sucks. It doesn't feel good. Okay. Regrets is, I should have done this. I knew better, but I didn't listen, or I felt that I should go this way, but I didn't listen to my intuition. I listened to everybody else and what they said because I cared about people's opinions. And now I've ruined, you know, my chances at having a happy, fulfilled life because I treated the person that came to save me like shit. And the person that was meant to love me unconditionally forever, I basically told them to go F themselves. I treated them like they were absolute trash because I couldn't think for myself. And I listened to my friends and family. And that doesn't feel good. Maybe it doesn't feel as bad as how the Earth Angel felt when they were getting unfairly attacked. And the only person who was meant to stand by their side and, stand up for them and help them joined against them because they believed a bunch of lies from a bunch of selfish, greedy, envious psychopaths, basically, that are possessed by demons and do witchcraft and shit covertly. Okay? So that's how karma works. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. And I don't mean that like that's what you get. But I mean that on a very logistic, what you put out, you will get back for good and for bad. And that is why it's so important to just not judge people, to try and view situations from an understanding point, to never join anybody's side to harm somebody or make fun of them or do anything that you wouldn't like done to you, because it will come back to you in one way or another. And it might not be the same exact way, but you will in some way be made to feel the consequences of your actions, meaning what you made another person to feel, you will be forced to have to feel that too. And you can try and run away from it as long as you want to, but it is not going to be, forever. You will have to feel it. God will make you at some point sit down and feel it. And you can choose how that's going to be. You can choose if it's going to be hard. Well, it's going to be hard either way, but how hard it's going to be, you can choose. What I'm trying to say. When you run from things that feel uncomfortable, it gets worse and worse and worse. And it just builds up and builds up and builds up. And by the time you are forced to face it, it's this whole big mountain and it overwhelms you, as opposed to if you just would have dealt with, the one uncomfortable feeling, the one uncomfortable month, the one uncomfortable move, the uncomfortable transition between one person to another person, one job to another job, from being alone, whatever the case is. If you deal with the little bit of uncomfortability when you're stepping out of your comfort zone to try and grow and expand and try new things and leave what doesn't serve you behind and go towards what does serve you, it will feel uncomfortable at first, but not as bad as the feeling of regret when you find out later on down the road that you should have gone that way, you should have not listened to everybody, and you wasted your whole life and ended up, just forfeiting all of your desires and passing down more generational curses to your children and all that. Okay? That is what we're here to show people. And that is what we are meant to do, is to inspire people to step out of their comfort zones, be themselves, find out who they are, go towards God, no matter if people make fun of them, do the right thing, step in their power, whether people get jealous or not, and just live the life that you're supposed to live and be who you're supposed to be. It doesn't matter what people say. People are always going to talk shit about you when you do something that is better than them. Okay? People try and keep you small. They don't like when you outshine them. So they're going to try and bring you down because it's easier than them bettering themselves to try and get up to your level. Some of them know they could never get up to your level. So the only thing they have is to try and bring you down. That's not your problem, but it is something that you have to be aware of so that you don't try and dull your shine anymore for people who just need to put on some fucking sunglasses. Look away if you don't like it. That's not my problem. If it bugs you, go somewhere with yourself. You don't got to look at me. You know what I'm saying? That's not your problem. I personally, as an Earth Angel, someone who's lived their entire life dulling their shine just so people could deal with it, and then they still hated me, and they still ganged up against me, and they still tried to unalive me and ruin my life, get my children taken away, and have me put a loony bin, and do all sorts of witchcraft on me. You got me effed all the way up. You think I'm ever dulling my shine for anybody again? If you don't like it, put on some sunglasses. That is the theme for the year. bitch, if I'm shining too bright, I'm gonna need you to go get some shades. Okay? You should have a bunch, because with your shady ass, I bet you got a whole sunglass collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, look away if you don't like it. If it's too bright, get some shade. But never again are we dulling our shine because it makes other people uncomfortable. If we have to go somewhere else where people are not uncomfortable, then so be it. Or if they have to be taken away and moved out of the way, God will do that too. Okay? We're not meant to dull our shine. We're meant to shine and be a beacon for others so they can follow us and get closer to Christ, closer to love, closer to truth, closer to everything that's good in the world. Anything that matters is through truth and love, aka God. That's what we're here for. And everybody who doesn't like it has demonic attachments and they need to get delivered. Okay, let's just call it like it is. If somebody is offended by our shine, they have some demonic entities. Okay? If somebody is offended by your anointing, same thing. Okay? There's demon problems going on. Okay? If somebody is trying to say that you're a false prophet when you're speaking the truth, just know that they've got a demonic entity and don't waste your energy arguing with demons. Okay? Because there's no point. They know you'll bite. They're just trying to trick you. Now, you don't need to play into their little minding. Okay? The enemy likes to instill belief system into people. So the enemy works to people. Okay? These are entities. These are entities that make you act like this, believe these things, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So you will have a belief system ingrained into your mind because your family, your parents made sure that that belief system was ingrained into your mind. Okay? There's a reason behind this. And you think things like, well, family's all I got. Family's all that matters. Blood is thicker than water. Blah, 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 blah. You can't treat your mother that way. Well, what if my mom has been stealing my money my whole life, sabotaging my relationships so I can never be happy, sabotaging my career my whole life, trying to have my divine counterpart unalive or sent to prison? What about that? Huh? Does that kind of change the dynamics? Does that kind of change the belief system about you can't treat your mom that way? Because I sure the fuck think it does. Okay? Some people don't know how to walk away from family until they're absolutely forced to. And that's understandable. But when people show you who they are, believe them. When they show you that they don't care and they value money over your life, believe them and cut them off. When they show you that they could not give a crap less if you're happy or not, cut them off. Okay? These are narcissists, covert narcissists in our family. If you are an earth angel, there's a 99.9% chance that you were born into a family that consists of narcissists. Now, it could be on every sort of level, from the highest to the lowest, to the point where they just don't want you to be happy because they're not happy and they try and keep you small, all the way to the other end where they're using witchcraft on you, they're doing rituals and, siphoning your energy and trying to steal your destiny and all that crap, okay? So, but either way, you were born into a family of narcissists. You can guarantee that, or you wouldn't be a chosen one, okay? Or you're in a family of narcissists, you're adopted, okay? Take it as it resonates. But because these people live their whole lives avoiding and running away from the uncomfortable things, they stayed stuck. They settled, and they want you to settle too. But not only do they want you to settle and stay trapped with them, they made you the scapegoat. They made you the narcissistic supply. They made you their fall boy for everything, okay? If you are in a family and your great-great-granddaddy was cheated on by your great-great-grandma, okay? And then he says he's never going to trust a woman again. He's always going to have a side chick because the last time I put all my eggs in one basket, she stole my basket and had the eggs left. So I'm not doing that again. So this mindset, this belief system where you need to put your eggs in two different baskets just in case somebody steals your basket, then you still got the other 6 eggs, okay? This is now an entity or multiple entities. This has existed in the family's lineage and gets cast down from generation to generation. Okay? I know this is how y'all have done it. Like, if your dad did it and his dad did it, or your mom did it, her mom did it, whatever. And this has now been passed down that, monogamy is not a thing and that marriage is not, a good thing and that it keeps you trapped and that it's not possible to be in love and stay faithful with one person your entire life. Like, I know that this has been passed down to every single person in your family on both sides, but has anybody stopped to think, is it serving them? Is this working for you? Aren't y'all kind of wondering why you're sick why you're not happy, why y'all are on drugs or drinking, why all your relationships are crap, why all your kids hate you and no one's wealthy or happy or fulfilled? Has anyone stopped to think, is this belief system working for my family? No, they haven't, is the obvious answer. Because they're too busy fighting to defend why their way is right and nobody else knows better than them. And people have to do things their way. And then if anybody comes with a new way to live, then they try and, get them unalive or try and get them kicked out of their life. And then I'm trying to unalive them. That doesn't work. Like that is entities. That is generational curses. That is demons. Okay. And that is what we are meant to separate ourselves from, cut them motherfuckers off. Okay. And then go live our life on the divine path and let them watch from the sideline as we get everything that they told us that we could never have, because they could never have it, just because they're too weak to make the right decision and put the work in where it matters and feel the uncomfortable feelings and think the uncomfortable thoughts. Okay. Sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to do things that feel a little bit weird and that you don't like at first and put the work in instead of going and being lazy. You have to get up in the morning when you don't want to. You have to go say you're sorry when you don't want to and mean it. You have to find out why you are the way you are and do why you think the way that you think. And you have to change it. You have to start making conscious decisions to do better. Okay, no matter what you've learned your whole life, no matter what everyone has told you. And most importantly, you have to let go of every person, every belief system, and everything that is not serving you. Everything that is not bringing you closer to where you're supposed to be, you got to let it go. It's got to go. And that's the only way that you're going to ever be happy, fulfilled in life. And you can try every single other way to go around it, because trust me, I had. And so have a bunch of other people, I'm sure, can contest to that. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do, what God's trying to point you toward, and you don't come from a place of love and understanding and forgiveness and just forget what all these other idiots in the world are telling you, then you won't ever be fulfilled. You'll always be trying to fill that hole. You'll always be trying to smoke something, drink something, whatever the case is, exercise, walk it off, whatever. We all have our vices. We all have our ways that we deal with our holes inside, that there's only one way to fill them where that it doesn't come back, where the holes just don't keep coming back. And that is Jesus Christ. That is getting in touch with our divine Father, our mother, whatever, however you view the universal consciousness, the creator of all that is, that lives through us, is the divine. You have to come into touch with yourself and with that. And you can only do that by finding your authentic truth, finding who you are, what you are supposed to be doing, what happened to you, understanding it, and then letting it go and understanding that that's not you. Whatever happened to you is not you. Whatever people did to you or told you is not you. That is them. That is them projecting themselves and their own issues and insecurity onto you. Got to let it all go if you can ever begin to find out the true, amazing, powerful, wonderful being that you are. If you're listening to this, you are, okay? If you got this far and you're interested in this content, you are that person. You are that being. You are that powerful, and you can do anything if you just forget what all these fuck cards told you in your life and just find yourself and find God in whatever way that is for you. Okay? And I'm struggling still, okay? I am not out of it. I'm not out of the woods, okay? But I can already see such a change from where I was last year to now and the year before, where it is only God. There's no way in hell it's anything but God. I would not be here. And I have a duty to spread that knowledge to other people and help them in any way that I can. So I hope y'all got something good from this. I know I did. This is just what I needed today. I love y'all. Stay prayed out. Love each other. Be good to each other. And stay tuned for the next one, because I got lots of shit to go. I hope y'all have a good day.